Same on kick. Just write category. Art. Okay. I'm gonna try to stream on both. I have another device here, and let's see. I have another resurrected phone that was technically broken and it just came back to life. So I'm gonna see if I can connect to actually let me try another device. Let's see. So here I'm gonna see. What's wrong with the internet? All this. Try now. Okay, well, I see now the keep working, and let me check the YouTube quickly. Hey guys, hi Keith. Oh, awesome work, Red. Thank you, appreciate it. Just trying to get a hold of the chat here. Okay, now it seems to be good. Yeah, I can see the YouTube chat, and here we're having kick. So let's see. I want the chat section to be open and both. So yeah, let's see. They will. They will come. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, trying another angle of the recording as well. Sound here. All right. So before I start, I gotta do a few more things. Okay. I gotta. Um, what I'm gonna do here is I'll prepare the work process. Let me know, guys, if the sound is good. I definitely have water here. Gotta stay hydrated. I sometimes do forget about drinking water while I'm painting. I there. Well, I can see there's one viewer on Kick. Oh, we shall see if it works. It's okay. The sound is okay. That's great. Do you see this little thing? I think you do. And that was my Secret Santa gift from the Red Buffalo. We had like a staff Christmas party, and it was very nice. And well, I was very lucky to get this because that was very unique. You know, all other gifts were just regular stuff, and this was something that is very authentic, like Buddhist style. It's aroma thing. So what I'm gonna do, take this out. I have the lighting stuff right here. Hello, hello. You look you look so tall. Me, I'm not tall at all. Hi. Sound is okay. A little wind interference, but it's sporadic. Okay. Well, I can't do anything with wind. I hope it's just not gonna get too windy. My height is 5'2". Don't let the camera angle um, deceive you. My neck is quite, I wouldn't say long, but I don't know. There's something about my neck that is. I can see in the video. It looks. I look tall, maybe because of that, but I'm not. Not tall at all. Thank God. Free MMA guru. What happened to him? I don't really follow, but yeah. Is there anything that I missed? Yeah, I know MMA guru. I just don't follow much. You saw 5'9". Well, I wouldn't wish to be 5'10". I wouldn't mind to be 5'5", 5'6", but it is what it is. I'm quite happy with my height. Gotta do the opposite because I burned my finger here. So what I'm trying to do is to light this thing up, and okay, here we go. So now I put it here. Yeah, and you see it's already um, creating the smoke, and I just smoke it out. Okay, here we go. Burned my finger, but that's okay. Okay, nice shading. Thank you. Good to see you getting your creativity in, Red. Thank you. Appreciate it. He wrestled Armand when Guru visited Florida. Yeah, I've seen, I haven't seen the live, but I've seen that. Let's give Armand Sarkian props. He really did a good PR lately, and I think that's what he should do. Keep doing, with his content because he actually like low key is maybe the funniest right now. So good for him. Just I hope he continues. Okay. Whoa, chat is getting well. The views wrapping up more. Diane, do you think one day I'll be half as good as you at fighting? Listen, I don't know exactly 100% how I'm good at fighting. Yes, I spar. I do all technical stuff. I'm definitely power puncher for my weight class. But man, you gotta get into a fight. I still didn't step into that stage when I have my first fight and first few fights, and I exactly know what I'm like fully confident in it. So yeah, I do believe you can. Connected to safe. I'm thinking to get one. It depends on the site. This is tiny, and no matter what you do, it has to be very clean tattoo artist. Okay, so what do we have on Kick? Yeah, there's just the one comment with some promotion thing. So no, thank you. This is not live. Oh, it is. I was conspiracy since day one. Yeah, I mean, he created his follower base, so up to him. It's good to know that you're more than just a woman that likes the combat. Well, I'm an artist at heart in the combat sports and boxing and everything I do. To me, it is the form of art in the first place. So I think it has all something that is like unifies it. GSP my favorite too, one of my favorites. Don't try UFC, then try your area. I'm not trying UFC. I wasn't even planning to do that. If I ever do some interview and commentary with UFC, that would be awesome. When it comes to fighting, I'm planning to do boxing. Boxing with the full gloves, no eye pokes for me, okay? I already have -5 on both eyes. At this point, I'm wearing contacts, and I'm planning to the first fight since it's gonna be re-entering. It's gonna be fine. I'm also not even when it drops out, I'm still fine. Other than minus, my eyes are checked and they're actually quite healthy and strong retina. So yeah, a few ophthalmologists suggested me to get the LASIK surgery because it's going to recover my sight 100%. That's a little thing that not a lot of people know here. But yeah, I'm very careful with my eyes. That's why one of the reasons I don't do stupid heavy sparrings. I don't do MMA, no eye pokes. Thank you. I'm not. I'm promoting longevity in the sport, so I respect gladiator mentality in sport and that old school approach. Um, but then I still, though I think it's not the smartest way. So if you see me, you see me in the boxing. Okay. I landed my shoulder in September in the grass. Thought I broke it's better now, but still feel snapping feeling. So sorry to hear that. Well, you really need to pay good attention to physiotherapy. Do that exercises. Resistance bands are great for it. Rotational exercises, everything that helps you to, um, get that mobility back. Okay. Okay, today it's way more viewers than after my channel got hijacked and we got back the access. Like in the beginning, it was like a cool down period, but it seems to be getting back. So I didn't even start painting, but I'll go through the chat a little bit more. Okay. I love art. Thank you. Early 30s single friends. I don't have that many friends in the first place. And yeah, well, one of my closest friends, I can tell you, one is married, another one is dysfunctional, and the third one is lesbian. Out of girls, they're solid, they're great, but yeah, that's I don't have that many friends. Erin from The Office. I never been told that, but maybe I can be that goofy. How many fights have you had? I did amateur boxing back in Georgia in almost like 10. So it was like 10 years ago I started, and it was like around a couple years. I did 5 fights that were like written in the IB passport, and back then we had passport. I'm not even sure if they digitalized it or anything because it was just in Georgia there were barely any girls, and they kind of tried it to make a team. And I had opening tournaments, quite a few, but those were I mean, that's the experience. That's where I got the actual fighting experience. And yeah, I did some sparring partner training. So you can consider me as a complete beginner. You can look at it that way. But I've been training. I've been around. I've been loving boxing, and you can see at my training style, I like details and nuances and more, and that helps my progress rapidly. So um, one of the themes of this channel is to get into kick test. Chris says, "Hi, well, 2 viewers, guys, engage in the kick, please. I'm trying to crack out the kicks algorithm too." So, anyways, back to the story. One of the channel thing is showing the training ups and downs, my approach, more like a balance between impact training, recovery, that kind of stuff. Not just the hardcore rocky stuff, more of the mindfulness to it. So, and well, next stage is gonna be I already my gym is already asking for around some local tournaments in like Saigon and Nha Trang and in Vietnam generally. I suppose that's would be my first experience of getting back into the fighting, and I'm currently preparing for it. And potentially Thailand and around Southeast Asia, at least first few fights, and then we shall see how it goes. Okay, you would say Midwest. Ah, cool. Greetings from Vietnam. You visit the US. I've never been in US, but at some point probably. Beautiful painting, thank you. My American. It's like American food. I think it was Tom Holland. Um, they were asking if you're American food, and this someone saying, "Well, yeah, it's hamburger." It's like hamburger is from Germany, and like, well, French fries, and you like, really, it's French. I would say buffalo rings, I guess. And I'm actually working at the Red Buffalo um, bar as a karaoke host, and they have quite a good. The owners are Americans, and yeah, they have good buffalo wings. When I do like the training, mornings or evenings, either way, I prefer mornings, but sometimes I have to go evenings, and some classes are in the evenings. But yeah, it's pretty much fine. I'm an MMA fighter. I practice Muay Thai and Krav Maga. Well, good for you. Good striker though. Argentina, saludos. 4 a.m. Okay, champion. My grandson is MMA champion. Good for you. Good for him. brisket, ribs, mashed potatoes, cornbread. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds good. I tried brisket here in Vietnam, but that I don't think it was American style brisket. It's Igrit the violin, of course. Sometimes the number one is still Becky Lynch. That's the number one. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go now and so let me show you the reference. This phone is freaking broken. Got back to life, but it needs the pencil to work. Okay, this is the reference. 1 second. That's a reference I'm using here. That's a reference I'm using. And well, I'm not sticking strictly to it, but I'm using it as just as a reference. So I'm gonna try. Nice, I can go back to YouTube if I need to, but I'm gonna keep that hand out. Um, so the reference is ready. I'm still gonna be back on the chat like this. I'm from Australia, you know, I'm from Georgia. But yeah, I'm gonna start preparing, so I still keep the chat on while I'm preparing stuff here. Go. I have wet napkins and I have dry ones as well. So what area we should work today? I just think I want to work the bottom part. Like this is that's gonna be the last part, I think, because there should be some ornaments, and yeah, it's gonna take some time. So I'm gonna start from the bottom area. This part, I think it's the part of armor. Sometimes when you paint and there is uncertain, like you don't have to know exactly what it is. You just you just draw it. You know what I mean? So I kind of put the blueprint. It's not perfect, of course, but that's been a first layer. So we're gonna start from neck, darken this area, maybe add some details here, up eyelashes on the side, which I keep forgetting. And yeah, I think this piece, because I would be satisfied if I just detailize this part. And then we shall see how it continues. Because other than that, here a little bit, like this is going to be quite fast. Like this is going to be the most, I wouldn't say time consuming, but I will leave it for the last so I can create a good front armor. I mean, keep doing what I'm doing. I'm already kind of following on my dream. I don't have dreams. I kind of have more plans and goals because I believe that everything that I want to accomplish is realistic. Um, but to me, everything I do is about making some impact. I want others to get motivated, to make some changes in their lives, to dare to do things, and just can create the continuous chain. And I believe we influence each other, right? So it might sound idealistic, but I really, with such negativity in the world, I want to create as much positive as possible. Okay, so I guess that's my dream. What are you painting? Some sort of a warrior portrait? I leave it up to you, man, woman, whatever it is, whatever your imagination or your perception tells you. That is what it's gonna be. Most artists are good at tattooing; they just don't know it yet. I tried it. Trust me. I even took a course, but I just gave up. Gave up, meaning that I just didn't really like it. I mean, at least at that point. Maybe I get back to it at some point, but I just, yeah, I changed my focus back to training at that point. I tend to overthink when I'm drawing and painting. me, the goal is once I put the character details, it doesn't have to. It's not gonna see it. Others gonna love it as long as you put that character in the way you want. It's all gonna be good. I'm wondering if the live stream is a little bit freezing or it's just my another phone. So you gotta let me know. Um, Let me see in the chat. From here originally, no, that seems okay. I would love to tell you an unemployment joke, but sadly it doesn't work. Who said I'm not? I'm unemployed. I'm self-employed. In the world, you're in a happy place. When did you start painting, and at what age? Oh, that was long ago, guys. Painting is and drawing is one of the first things I learned in my life. Like since I was two, I just picked up a pencil and started doodling on the paper. And my parents just got me a set of color to the pencils. That's basically how it went. Okay, the connection's restored. And yeah, basically, that's how it went. Then by the time I was six, I already was way better, just naturally at drawing than other kids. And I think around fifth grade, when I was 10, they put me into like a part-time art school outside of my public school that I would attend. And there I learned academical uh, drawing, painting, everything, like all the basics. And that, of course, that skill, it's like in training, you go through basics, then you start becoming good. And that's helped me drastically. Mike is windy. Well, let me just fix it for a second because it actually should be that windy. Okay, let me know. Is it better? You should hear me from here, and I'm kind of off the wind. Okay, is it better now? Yeah, it's my mic is disconnecting because Mike is here now, and it's not that windy. The phone might be maybe the phone was catching some um, wind or something. Yeah, way better. Okay, well, guys, just let me know whenever the sound is a little bit off, and I will adjust it. Okay, so what do we have here? I'm gonna take the middle size brush here. Um, the good thing about oil paints, they are they don't get dry for quite long. So yeah, I'm just taking wait again. As an artist, I have many favorite colors. So here now, I'm just applying more of the black. I just want to make this part deeper. There's not much of the rocket science here. This part just has to be very contrast to comparing to that lightest part of the face. And the good thing, I can adjust the shape of the face too. Is that see, I can make it thinner and all that kind of stuff. So now I'm just applying black. The Dante's Inferno, I will leave it up to your imagination and impression. If you want it to be a Dante's Inferno, let it be. I love this part when it's like not much to do. You just basically mix it up, apply the darkest layer, and it just looks good. That's it. There is a little bit lighter part here, but I'm just gonna add up a little bit lighter later. I have to do it now. Yes, that's my art. You can look other live streams and you will see that there is evidence of me. One of the reasons that I'm doing it to show you the evidence. With other art. I'm from Georgia. If you're Georgian fighter fans in UFC like Merab and Tapurias, same country, guys. Same country, same language. Currently in Vietnam, though. Yeah, wind is okay as long as the microphone works. So again, keep me posted on that one. So I'm adding black paint, and again, I'm just enjoying it. So such a satisfying process, like just like this, applying the darkest part, creating more of the contrast and definition. I'm gonna have to work on neck though, and I'm using braining technique here. That's not the technique you necessarily have to use. It just, I mean, I'm playing with it a little bit. So from far, it doesn't really seem like that, but when you go closer, you see that, yeah, you see that those grains. So that's the brushing like I love playing that. Usually I always say work from the light to dark, okay? Make sure because you can always make it darker, but then coming back from the black is a little bit trickier, especially as the beginner, okay? Oh, something is hitting the microphone. Okay. What about now? Can you hear the difference when it's way closer at me? Because I can just clip it to my hair or something. Is it better like this? Just let me know if it's better like this, okay? Okay, testing it. I had it right on my head. Tell me if it's better like this. Okay, no. The hell? Okay, let me put this thing closer then. And let me do more adjustments, okay? Okay, here we go. I'm gonna try. Now there is no mic connected, and now there is a mic connected, but I connected the other way. How is it now? Is it better? Is it a little bit better? I'll click it this side. Is it? Just tell me if it's better or not. Yes, very good. Painting or sound? It's also sound like Lana Del Rey. Well, I can even sing like Lana Del Rey. You know. Kiss me hard before you go. Summertime sadness. I just want you to know, baby, you're the best. Under the summertime sadness. It's the summertime sadness. Got a summertime sadness. Oh, oh, oh. I don't know how that sounded. Just very good. What sound? Sound is good now. This is so cool. Eric Cartman. Cool. Okay, but yeah, just keep applying that black. I already like how it looks in the video. I really do. Love the start. Thank you. Okay. Everything is good. So sounds, the art, the everything, right? Okay. AI can do this in 20 seconds. Not on the paper yet. I mean, yeah, prints and well, you have the 3D prints and sculpting, but well, you have humans doing it in their own pace. That's a skill. So, and that's a therapy at the same time. Good morning. Sound check. Another sound check. Tell me how it sounds. Then, so here is the original. There's a little, like a lighter spot here because it's sort of a shoulder reflection. So that's what we're gonna do, like this, and take black again, and just make sure that it's not too much of it, just slightly. But even if just leaving it like this, it's still not bad at all. It can just stay like that the way it is. Well, I don't think the painting, but printing obviously can be. Well done, girl. You made it. What's it called? Don't know yet. I'll give it the name in the end. Okay. Let me just look at the reference quickly. I don't need much to look at. I just need to see the how the neck looks. Well, it's quite dark, and there is a little lighter line. It has to go darker, definitely. Like this part also is almost as dark as this. So we're gonna try now apply those darker shades, and yeah, go back to the chat. There we go. Hello, hello. Hi. That looks awesome. The painting is pretty too. Well, thanks. Appreciate it. Okay, so I'm gonna isolate this here like this. So working on the neck. So this part needs to be worked on a little bit. Here I can just apply black, more black, another black. It's almost blend in. There's nothing wrong with that. Like there's almost invisible difference here. Okay? Just, but I still use a specific stroke. I'm not doing the other way around. It's important to when the light applies on it, we're going to reflect the direction of the brushing stroke. So that's why this is acrylic. No, this is oil paint. So, yeah, oil paint. What did I show you? I showed you the mixed liquid here. Paints, the oil, just black and white. Hi, I'm from Brazil. I like paint cars and boards, and this paint remember me, Gina, or is Princess. Okay, well, shout out to you. Okay, let's keep going. So we need to shut this right down. The only thing, it's important to see which side has to be darker, because if we make it all black, we're gonna lose the definition, okay, between the chin and the neck. So I'm gonna look at the reference one more time to see which is actually darker in the reference. And the winner is the chin is actually darker. This is slightly lighter, but not as light. And here it kind of blends in, okay? But as long as this part's gonna be slightly lighter, slightly. It's a little bit tricky game, but it's actually quite satisfying work. So, okay, I'm gonna get back to chat. I don't really need that much of the reference at this point. I worked all of the main parts here, like the face and stuff. So um, I'm the airbrusher for 43 years. Wow, that's impressive time. Way more. That experience is twice as old, almost twice as old as I am. I'm artist myself. I'm new here. Well, funny enough, this channel started as the boxing channel, and now it's just me doing everything that I love to do. So I'm glad that I'm attracting more of the artists, and I hope you enjoyed some of my boxing content too. Okay, let's do it. So here we're gonna go and paint that line of the chin because the chin itself is actually the dark. Okay. Okay, then I'm gonna use graining technique to smooth it out a little bit, but at this point it doesn't have to be that. But now I'm gonna take and mix a little bit with the white, make like a dark gray, close to black, but not exactly. And you see, and here I need to create a definitive or defined line. And then I can make it just start darkening it. When it's a gray, the good thing is you can make it lighter. There's no problem. You can add more white when you're doing like black and white technique at least. And yeah, that is okay. So now I'm just making that look solid, like with a solid color. Adding up some the called the dissolving liquid just to make it softer. And keep applying the solid color. Reminding you guys, we can always make it darker. So I'm just gonna keep applying that solid, relatively lighter, but still a dark gray. Okay. And what do we have here? Hey, thank you very much, Lockney55, for the super chat donation. Well, I think that is the first super chat donation um, since my channel got hijacked and coming back from it. So appreciate it. Thank you for sharing your beautiful spirit with us. Thank you for your support. That means a lot, guys. It really does. Is the girl from the Avengers me or the painting? Well, when it comes to painting, I'll leave it up to your imagination. Damn, you're so multi-talented. Is that your alter ego during boxing that you're painting? I'll be honest. I haven't, I still haven't stepped on that ring, and I know that that warrior is inside. But I haven't called it for years, and even years ago, I wasn't as good. I didn't know things. I didn't understand things the way I do now. So to me, it is quite exciting stage in my life when, yeah, I think it's this alter ego is hiding somewhere. That's 100%, and I'm excited as much as you are, guys, to you know call it or summon it. Just subscribe. Thank you. Where do you live since it's daylight? It's Vietnam, Nha Trang, Southeast Asia. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Okay. Well, even in the painting, let me just step away. I just want to look at how it looks in the camera. I already like how it darkens up because it has to feel darker than the face. It has to feel that it's behind, not in the front. Oh, there's something on the kick. Let me see. Hello, hello, guys. Well, yeah, there's some chat activity in the kick. Oh my god. Hey, greetings. Wow, chat got a life. Well, good to see you guys. Well, Kick, I'm live streaming on both YouTube and Kick, so yeah, please ask me questions. I'm in the process of creating the art, so yeah, here we are. Is that a rune maiden? I will leave it up to your imagination, guys. What do we have here? Oh, Krantic, thank you for another super chat donation. Like, it's so sweet of you guys. Like, thank you very much. That really helps to kick in the channel back, the YouTube, and I'm glad that it's moving up. And I'm glad to see some activity on Twitch. Sorry, the Kick. So yeah, I'm creating art. Oh, okay, for my YouTube audience, you know who I am, what I'm doing. And back to the super chat. Keep it up. Good work, my friend. Thank you, my friend. That means a lot. It really does. Thank you very much. Very impressive. Thank you. I mean, again, guys, I actually have a little short on the. Okay, kicked in 21 views. Oh my god, is that real? All I want to make sure to see that chat is like topping up, so like I can see the the top of the chat. Let me just make sure that it works. Super cool. Um, oh, here is this. No, that's not. Okay. Anyways, well, I hope I'm gonna see the top of the chat, and it's gonna keep updated. So write more, and we will see that. I will share my friend in India and Japan and Italy. You deserve more support. Again, I mean, one more time, shout out to you. And you know, guys, I just encourage you when you do super chats. I appreciate you all the encouragement and the kindness. But please, you can ask me a question. Use that opportunity to ask me a question regarding training, regarding painting, something that might benefit you more. You know what I mean? So thank you for encouragement, and I want to give you more for that. So when you use super chats, feel free to put the question that you really want the answer for. And yeah, Kick is updating. Great. Yep, 21. Cody brought us all over. Oh, Cody brought you. Hey, Cody, shout out to you. Thanks. Man, that's crazy. Okay, now I don't know what's going on, but something is going on definitely. Um, like I'm quite excited, like a child, a little bit. Keep smiling. Your hurt suits you. Well, we all get a smile, guys, right? Kick, guys from Kick. I'm new to Kick. Okay, I don't think I ever had that many viewers at the point. Thank you, Cody, for bringing up the folks. Feel free to tell me how it works. What is the nuances to Kick? What kind of stuff is relevant? I'm doing art. I'm doing boxing. I'm quite on the journey. You know what I mean? And yeah, I'm just showing all of it. And I'm very excited to engage not only on my YouTube but also on the Kick now. Yeah, Chris Bass is my husband in the chat. So Cody and other folks, thanks for the support in the Kick. Back to the YouTube. I'm from Georgia. So if you know who is Mirab Balashvili, Tapuria Brothers, Levan Saginashvili, Georgian Hulk, Lasha Talahadze, Georgian Olympic weightlifter, and the world like record holder in um, power clean and power snatch, and other Georgians, quite a lot of Georgians. Yeah, that's the same country. Proud to be from the little Georgia from the Caucasus. All right, so what do we have here? Okay, I hope the connection is good. Keep me posted on the how is the sound. How is the sound on the both platforms? You can make it beauty alone, so why choose the hard way? Uh, I'll be honest, guys. Even at the school, I was I'm not being arrogant, but I'm being. I was one thing I'm really talented at and really fast learner is painting, drawing. Like I would do the work within the hours when people took few days. But at that point, I chose sports. I chose boxing. I chose martial arts. I chose like training, training, and training again. Why? Because it was hard. It was challenging. So I'm discovering more and more now. So I have two sides of me that I always would tend like delve to one or another. And finally, I'm getting at the point in my life that I'm embracing both. I am a warrior. I am a fighter. I like challenge. I like pain when it comes to, facing it, overcoming fears. I like it. I want it. And from the other hand, I'm an artist at heart. I just am. So sounds still all right. Okay, thank you, babe. Um, it's good. Willing to believe she can do everything. Not everything, of course not. But I'm quite artistic, so you give me any materials like wood, for example. I love wood carving. I've done some like small wood carving, and well, at some point in my life, I would love to learn it even better. And sculpting on the wood, that's definitely something that I would love to do. So when it comes to art, yes, I can do it. However, um, yeah, what I'm not very good at: math, engineering. I love it, I respect it, but I'm not really good at it. Okay, well, again, continuing working on this part, okay? Making that good shape. So it's I want that extra texture, so I think it was a little bit consistency on the picture, so I'm just taking it off. Well, it's interesting. Okay, guys, with Kick, you gotta explain it to me. Now it's went down on the views a little bit, but please, guys, engage in the chat because someone gotta tell me how the goddamn Kick works. Like, please, guys, you gotta tell me. Just engage with, yeah, just tell me how Kick is working because Cody, someone said Cody brought us. What does it mean? How does it work on Kick? I don't know, man. Islam or Ilya, both respect to me that's 50-50 fight. Also depends where it goes. If it's a welterweight, Islam has a definitely margin and the chances. And catchweight is 50-50 strictly, depending. It really depends how the cut goes for, especially Islam. If it's lightweight, I would give more of an advantage to Tapuria. But it's like it would be an amazing fight. So yeah, like very excited about that happening if it happens. Cody draws some cool stuff. He has a good few followers. Probably mentioned you. Oh, cool. Well, my Cody, my husband, if you're still here, my husband checked your channel and your art. That's awesome, man. Well, thank you for your support. I mean, if you mentioned me just like that, that's what they mean. That Kick is more of the community support base or something. So, well, still figuring out. Yeah, not being good at engineering isn't bad. LOL. I mean, let's be honest. Well, even math people that I met, it's also a form of art. They see numbers as a combination of like it's kind of like an artistic process for them, like someone who's very good at math. So I guess it's just about where you put that creativity, just where you become good at. You know, we have a limited time in our life and throughout the day. So unfortunately, we cannot have it all. We just gotta set the priorities. Thank you for complimenting my painting. Okay, so here there is quite a light. So here we have the lighter line, and I'm gonna try to smooth it out a little bit, but I'm gonna leave it still there. Okay. So all of the rest, basically, that's gonna be the main shade. Now we're gonna start adding up more darker shades. So Let me see here. A little bit smoother. Okay. Those little details, how you do the transition and lining matters for the effect of the painting. I can do it just kind of not carelessly and just smother it, but lock. Okay, lock 55. Thank you again. Okay, time is precious. Glad to be part of a part yours. Appreciate it. Setting the like. Well, I mean, if you like that kind of guys, if you like painting live streams both on YouTube and Kick, then just let me know in the chat and I'll do more of it. This one gonna be done within a few days. Next few days, by the end of this week, this piece gonna be done. And what we're trying to set up on the YouTube is the shop where some prints, including the art prints, gonna be available. And obviously painting is gonna be available for sale too. But prints gonna be available as well. So, well, that is all further down the line. I'll definitely gonna keep you updated on that one. So the husband, where is he? He's just downstairs. He's just moderating. But me and my husband are inseparable. We travel together, and yeah, we just 24/7 together pretty much. Okay, my husband says on the Kick, guys, will have the camera horizontal be better for the format here on Kick? Yes, please respond to that question. Gotta know that. Okay, I like alien stuff. Well, alien stuff is cool. Well, I would want to keep tying in boxing and martial arts with my art. So what I'm thinking to create series of dynamic, a little bit of mythological, like warrior dynamics or martial art dynamics or something. So it's gonna be. Uh, I'm not thinking to do someone specifically at that point. There are a couple of people who I might do, but I need to talk to them before if they so I can at least purchase that as a gift. There are a couple MMA folks I know. They're quite big and quite inspirational. And in that case, I would do a specific person. However, generally, I want to make it generic. Yeah, a little bit with the elements of mythology and like mystery on the thing. Okay, try to flip the camera. Think it will be better. Should I'm not sure, but I will try. Okay, on the Kick, I'm trying to flip the camera. Here we go. I did. Is it good? Is it not? I don't know. You gotta tell me. Viking girl. Yeah, she definitely some of the Viking again. I'll leave it up to your imagination. That's not good. Gotta 1 second. Gotta fix this camera thing for Kick because yeah, it has to be more balanced. Yeah. Well, folks on Kick, guys, you gotta tell me how it looks. Flip back. Okay. Okay, flipping back. Flipping back. Okay, that works. I'll be honest with you, look good. Thank you. I'm trying to make it look. Okay, but this is quite evened out now. And what we're gonna do, well, we're gonna start using darker shades. I'm just gonna check the reference quickly. Here we go. Just quick reference look. So we have two dark areas here, and it goes lighter, and then basically it's just like black, as dark as that. So let's go back to it. Where is it? Come on. Yeah, YouTube is back. What is your do you mean? What do I mean? Or what the painting means? I didn't get the question, sorry. Your body looks incredible, well sculpted. Is it genetics or hard work? Definitely the last 3 years of specialized strength training, boxing improvement, gradual improvement and stuff. I did a lot of sprinting actually in the beginning of this channel, and I'm looking back to get back to it more for, to complement my boxing training. Sprinting is amazing. One of the most explosive movement patterns that body can reproduce. So yeah, I guess that's how my body changed. It really went through the hell of the body recomposition. Where are you located? That's Vietnam Nha Trang. Show the reference. Okay. Well, let me just. This phone is broken, so I gotta use the pencil. Okay. So here, I don't know if you see it. I'll look a little bit closer. But yeah, that's the reference. I think that's still painting, but way more detailized. However, I'm doing it in my style. Here as well, guys. That's a reference. Yeah. Okay, back to YouTube. Well, on Cake, I see six. There are six viewers, guys. Engage in the chat. Feel free to say something and ask questions. Okay. I already said in Vietnam, right? A little bit your own touch. Oh, I'm doing definitely my own touch. If you look at the reference and the painting, there are certain things that I copied exactly. First of all, because it's a good practice. As an artist, everyone can draw something or paint with their imagination. Their real skill is actually like try to make it identical sometimes. Not, I'm not saying about painting, but like when you sketch and stuff like that, that is actually an art skill. However, I also took certain important parts like darker shades. I could keep it lighter like it was, but that was the beauty. Like this part, I basically did the same way because that was the good effect, and that's what I wanted to use as a reference. A lot of artists rather create a sketch or use AI for a reference, or they just take a picture. And so a lot of artists use references pretty much always, or they create their own reference and use it to put it on the bigger canvas. So that's a little thing for you to know, guys. And but it's definitely I'm doing it in my style, in the graining technique that I like, and I'm gonna add some colors. I might add golden paint in the end. So some ornaments here. It's gonna be black and white in the beginning, but then maybe eyes. I love defining eyes. Like eyes is my favorite part of the face. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna keep doing. Women are strong. You know, I wish more and more women embrace their real strengths. And that real strength, hard life, when you have a hard life, it brings you masculine traits, and it's good to survive. You need to be the ability to not panic and think fast and be a little bit aggressive, and put that into learning a martial art, shooting, being able to survive in that world. You know what I mean? However, if you lose your femininity as a woman on that way, you lose your real strengths, because the strength comes in that balance. For I think it's the same, but in their case, it predominantly has to be masculine, but they need to take the touch of the some acquired feminine traits, not feminine in a negative way, more of the you know a caring father, a kind, patient listener, to their children, or like that, those kind of traits, because those are more feminine traits. Uh, so yeah, creating the balance within yourself, and well, I'm pro that philosophy, and that's when women are. When they become loud and shouting and just hyper aggressive and just being the loudest in the room, that's not the strength. That's just annoying. Yeah, just had to say that, guys. Well, kick folks. In the moment, yeah, thanks to Cody, the chat was like booming. But guys, please just join in. I want to learn more about Kick too, so I want to engage more engagement from Kick chat. And you know what? When we are the strongest, when we work together. women, children, elderly, everyone. When we're together, when we learn how to work together, that's when we become the strongest. Okay. All right. So I'm taking the dark black now. So I'm taking black, and here, look at this magic. So this is there is barely any difference. I'm gonna take a like keep that slight line here. I'm not gonna dark it up all of it, but here basically it's all like up a point, and then all the way down, it's quite dark. See? And then we have another darker point, which is something like this. Okay, let me look at it. Uh, Here I can even go like this, because that should be round. Let me see at the like I'll look through the camera straight away. Okay, I like how it goes. We can always light it up a little bit at this point, even though I usually say when it goes dark, it's harder. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna clean up this brush actually, and I'm gonna take smaller brush and use the same graining technique slightly right here. I'll do that to just to create the similar effect of the texture, even without doing much. Where's the small brush? So here's the small brush using the wet napkins. So this is like the fire in Elden Ring. Safety after seeing so much unhinged ish on YouTube Live. Oh, I don't really watch much of the YouTube Live, so but I've you get I bump across some of it, and yeah, some of that shit is unhinged. Well, welcome to the real stuff. So we all, and I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about the community. People who are engaging in each other are great. So if you want a little bit of safe space, if you want to learn a little bit about art, martial arts, boxing, share your story and your experience, just stick around. Okay, so what I'm taking now, I'm gonna take white-ish, not exactly white, but I'm doing like white, light gray. You see, I'm just gonna do a little bit of this, just a little bit. It's gonna be way smoother. It's not gonna be as prominent as up there. I just want to create a little bit of texture, just a little bit, just a little bit of effect. It wasn't really necessary. It just I like it that way. Okay. A little bit of mix and then just blending it into the black. Okay. Yeah, pretty much that's it. Doesn't have to be more than that. And here we go. I need to make sure that this line is it's very, very subtle, but the more we want to make it real, the more we need to detailize those little transitions, okay? And you see I'm doing it with the small brush now. Sometimes it's better not to overdo things, but and it's important to learn where to stop. Now I'm adding a little bit of white here just because I don't want it to be a single line because it wasn't like that originally. It has to be a little bit blended into gray. So that's why I'm applying light, the white color, and then blend it in within black. And now it makes more realistic. Good, nice transition. You can see that there is a neck, but at the same time, it's not too aggressive, nothing like that. Okay, when it comes to make it in a little bit darker, I think here it has to be darker. The neck area. And like, what time is it? Let me check. Let me check the. Well, there's plenty of battery on the phones. Let me check the YouTube here. This is dope. Thanks. Okay, so yeah, I like the neck. I like that it went a little bit darker. Can be a little bit lighter parts added, but I can do that later. It's there is no problem with it. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna work on this part, this section. This is some sort of like a shoulder armor, and well, for that I gotta have to look at the reference, and well, next time I will print it out because use looking at the chat, live streaming straight so it doesn't flip the angle, also live streaming on the kick at the same time, it's a little bit here and there, you know what I mean, guys. So um oh, what the hell. Okay, I just noticed that something bumped into this, or I don't know what's that. Someone touched it, but again, not the end of the world. Just taking this like with a small brush. Yeah, it's definitely, maybe it was me by accident, I just don't remember. Okay, yeah, fine. It's back here. I actually gonna add more details maybe in the end, but like when I'm gonna work on the detail touches, that's what I'm gonna do. Oh wow, it's getting better from day to day. Yeah, I mean that's the beauty of creating art, specifically painting on canvas. It's just a blank canvas. There's nothing on it, and you are the master of it. And you can, it's gonna change and transform, and then it's gonna end the way you want, right? So it's very good practice, but it's also good practice of patience and detail focusing. The reason why I do same unboxing, like focus on the small little details, at least try. It might not be as good as I'm doing it in painting, but I really learned that from the art. Because you look, you step in more, like you pause for a second, and then you look at the camera, and you're like, okay, how do I make it look or perform exactly the way it has to be, right? And then you start asking questions, looking at the details, observing, and then it ends up like this. Can I buy this? Well, I didn't set the price exactly, but guys, for that kind of artwork, it's at least 3,000 K. And there's gonna be prints available too very soon. So we're gonna scan it, take a professional picture or something, and there's gonna be a cheaper version, it's way cheaper obviously. So the prints is like, I don't know what's the price, but it's like it's not, it's under less than depending on the size, but the average size is like less than $100. I'm not even saying that it's close to 100. It's from 50 to $100 for the prints. So a lot of people are gonna be able to purchase it in the prints, but the painting, original painting, is gonna, as I said, this painting gonna be at least 3K in United States dollars, and um, this is when it comes to the art and something that I dedicate, put my soul into. There is no negotiable. If you were to define art as a feeling, what would it be to you? Why? It's a complete flow state. It's a flow state where you just enter into that zone. Like right now, I'm talking and I'm like creating. I'm experienced enough to be able to do that, and I actually enjoy engaging with chat more, and I want people, um, with people and that kind of stuff. But yeah, just generally when I really paint, like when there's no cameras, nothing, I just get into there. Like I step in, and then 10 hours pass, and then I snap out of it. Like this is how crazy it can get. Um, in the boxing, it's different because you're to be able to go into that flow state. It takes so much work, increasing the pain tolerance, resistance, mental resistance, confidence in your skill set, every aspect of your skill set, footwork, guard, defense, distance control, timing, volume, all that kind of stuff, right? And that is exciting. That is like the other way to do it. Um, but when it comes to the art, it's complete flow state, and I think everyone can do that. Even if you're not the best artist, even if you're not doing it professionally, you just take it, try it. You should try it, guys, and you'll see yourself. Uh, you should try to sell it in this in auction. Maybe I'll do that, and obviously I'll let you know, guys, on YouTube and Kick, guys. So it's going to be available for you as well. I want to finish it first, and then me and my husband are gonna figure out how to do it. I'm working out there. That's my art. I charge a lot of my art. I feel you. Yeah, absolutely. There is one Georgian artist that I actually personally know. Uh, he's quite he's fun, like very funny, very cool guy. He has a wife. They're like a good couple. His wife is also a great artist, but she supports him, and he's creating. I think he painted a chameleon, like a hyper realist with the colored pencils. And I remember his advice. He said, when I started selling it and put it on auction or something, I started increasing price, and people and someone bought it once it was increasing. You know what I mean? So as an artist, I rather like I have my income. My husband has an income. We're safe. We're in a good place in Vietnam. It's very affordable. So we managed to save up and do things. I have enough free time. I don't do that to survive. This is something that is, I put the piece of my soul here, so I'm gonna value it high. And in the beginning, it's gonna be cheaper. That's why I said 3,000 K minimum. That means minimum. If it's auction and it's gonna get purchased higher, of course, cool. But then the more acknowledgement I get, and more known I am, and the bigger pieces I make, and more complicated pieces I make, it's going to be valued differently. I might make smaller pieces too, but this is the minimum size Canva that I like to work on. So that's yeah, just explaining the process a little bit. So beautiful art made by beautiful people. Thank you, appreciate it. That is painting. Thank you, guys. I mean that means a lot, guys. All of your support, even criticism. I mean everything, any engagement at that point, in the respectful manner is encouraged and appreciated. Okay, I gotta look back at the reference. I need to snap out of chat for a little bit, guys. Both Kick and YouTube. Guys from Kick, please call out your friends and two things. Ask me questions regarding art and my things I'm doing. I'm happy to respond to that, but also please explain how the goddamn Kick works. It's a little bit confusing sometimes. Okay, I'm getting back to the reference because for this thing, I need a little bit more details. So what we have here, we have some lighter spots, and I'm gonna start from light. I'm gonna define those fine reflections like highlights. It's like an armor line or something. Okay, lighter shades, also contrasting very well with the darker we're already applied like this. Okay. It doesn't have to be exactly mimic. I'm just gonna create that it looks like the armor, piece of the armor on the shoulder. So it's, I said already, it's good practice to copy and learn how to really copy paste the reference. That's a really good skill training. But at the same time, just don't hyper focus on that either. Improvise. And here we have another defined line. here's the thing. On the armor, it's not gonna be, at least at this part, because it's more, you have some lights, there's gonna be some depth, and there's gonna be some highlights. It needs to have a metallic effect. Yeah, some metal is more grainy, more like a flat areas. Here might be a little bit more grains, but not as much. But here it's gonna be smooth, so I'm gonna use the strokes. I'm not gonna use graining technique pretty much at all there, because we want to separate texture. In this case, at least, you can sometimes create art that is exactly the same, more like a grainy effect all over. Nothing wrong with that. But here I use graining effect because I wanted to show the skin imperfections. That skin has that graininess and that makes it more real. However, the metal texture has to be more smooth, more um, subtle transitions. Okay. I'll get back to the chat very soon, but I need to put this first few important lines that I need to put. Okay. And we have a couple, like something like this and this. Okay, everything else gonna have to go dark. So I'm gonna take this brush, the medium size brush, and up a little bit. And I'm gonna add up some black. Actually, I'm a little bit out of it. Fun fact: I'm just using a regular plate. I forgot in the material shop. I forgot to buy. I forgot to buy how that fucking thing called. Sorry, the the wooden palette or where you apply the colors, right? It can be plastic, it can be wooden. Wooden is better for oil paints. General air prefer wood. And but I just forgot to do that, and I was like, okay, doesn't really matter because I just have white and black, so it's easy to use any solid, non-grainy, smooth, hard surface for it. Okay, so we go here, have some dark areas, and we want to do this first line. Adding here, we're gonna add more of the liquid because it's gonna make it more shiny, and again, it's gonna look like an armor. This sort of lighter line all over, but it fades all along. So I'm gonna fade it a little bit, but it kind of looks the way it should. And then we have this line. So now I'm just putting the shapes in the place. That is one of the most important parts here. Otherwise, we're just gonna go all around with the fixing it. Another advice: when you create a piece of art, try to take more time. Even if you need more time, just feel free to take it to put the uh, the how do you say the details, like the eye, the nose, everything in the right spot, so it all comes together. Because if I don't pay enough attention that my eye is slightly here and slightly there, no matter how good I shade it, it's just gonna look weird, you know. So the blueprint is very important. If you have the right blueprint, it makes it so much easier to work on the put it all together. Okay. So here I'm gonna light it up so that we have that defined line here. And then we have, let's get started. This is actually all those black. Those are smaller lines. And we have that sort of ring, so that ring, but it also has to be shaded down a little bit. Like at this point, at least. This has to all go away. And then we're gonna have a little bit lighter gray and stuff. So, but again, that can be added in the end. First, we need to define the darks and and those lines, the lines of the armor. As I said, I don't exactly know how it works, but I see what I see, and I just put it the way that it makes sense. That's it. Sometimes you don't need to understand what you're uh, paintings. There's going to be some weird details that you're like, what is that exactly? But you kind of don't have to worry. Okay, let me look at the chat quickly. So here, well, I'm glad that it kicked, even though there is no more chat activity. Well, thanks to Cody, anyways, that there was some. So I'll keep pushing on the kick. But at least I see seven viewers. So shout out to you guys. And on YouTube, what do we have? Let me look through the chat quickly, so I'm not too behind. Okay. Okay, it's fair. I want to paint lighthouse with the black ocean, pink, and the orange sky. Hey, that's gonna be good. That already good to pick up the colors. I also gonna do sort of a thing. I'm doing black and white because I'm very good at black and white, and it's also comfortable. It's like a good practice getting to the using oil paints, and I'm gonna start introducing colors. Black and white always going to be there, but it's great to add. For example, there are very cool oranges. Sorry, very good portraits when you have black, orange, blue, violet, brown, and obviously white, a little bit yellow. So all of a sudden, that makes like, because those colors are the ones that creates our skin tones, different skin tones. It's just like we all are the same with just different proportions, basically. So the cold colors and the warm colors. And that's another step. I would use those. And you know what I mean? Like, you see how it's a practice for me too? I'm just being methodical about it. Your tattoo is beautiful. Thank you. A lot of details in the work to be done here. More color, maybe gold pieces. The eye on the one side. That most of the details done. If you see, well, again, face, but this is not done. Like, part from here is not done at all. But this part, right there, we just, like you see, we're working on this now. So again, I like to start from the face. Once face is finished, I'm like, okay, I can see it. For some people, it's different. They prefer more of how you call it. They prefer to do everything else except the face. The face is the comes in the end. If you know Modigliani, he would leave eyes empty, and he would say that he needs to look into a person's soul. Very romantic, but doesn't work for me. I like to start from eyes because to me, eyes is the reflection of the soul. You might have everything up. You might just draw eyes, and you can put the emotion. You can tell the story with the eyes. That's why I like drawing eyes first. You're tough. Thank you. Are you familiar in using charcoal? If you look up one of my shorts, so like older shorts, I actually drew Murad Valishvili black and white. Was it black and white charcoals? I love charcoal. It's the probably creates the best depth. How I mean, oils are great too, but like the charcoal is amazing. However, it is very hard to shape. Like if you paint charcoal, you just need to put it in a glass frame and that's it, and just keep it. I mean, before that, you need to spray it because charcoal is very unsolid material. Like you put the hand, it just all gets black. Like oil paints are the most comfortable paints and the best longevity and duration too. Amazing. You're amazing too, guys. All of us can be amazing if we take time to do things that we're good at and we love, and make other people's lives better, or at least helping them to get better too. Yeah, she made quite a few pieces using charcoal. Yeah, I subscribe. Thank you, appreciate it, guys. Thank you all for all the compliments, both for me and the paintings. I appreciate you guys. Kick folks, I appreciate you too. I just wish you engage more. Oh, that's cool. Uh, you can tell everything with eyes. Yeah, that's true. I love your hair, and thank you. This is mom was an art teacher. Well, rest. May she rest in peace. And our artists are just. You know what is? I was actually thinking the other day. Um, when an artist dies, that's but their pieces, what they create, remains, and that's why I think more and more artists need to create art. And just sometimes they gift it, sometimes they sell it, but when they're gone, it's sort of a legacy, and well, I kind of thought about it. I want to create and I must create because I was granted that talent, vision, skill. Not granted, obviously, I worked some of it, but um, I kind of got it naturally, right? So it would be a shame just kind of neglect it completely and just focus only on sport. And the older I get, the more I realize it. I want to create as much art as possible, the way I want it, the way I see it, and tell my stories through that. I love how you say charcoal. Yeah, um, yeah. I guess I say it in the Eastern European accent. Love you too, guys. Appreciate you. Um, okay, so I'm gonna go back to reference because I want to finish this thing. I really want to put it the way it's supposed to be. So I'm gonna go back to the reference for a little bit. Okay, I zoomed it in a little bit. Okay, even though we have kind of like defined lines here, we're gonna have some lighter reflections, and I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna out and make it more like, yeah, like this. Or already smoothing it out. I'm gonna add some lighter areas too. And then we have, it's basically actually it's like all black right here. And now I want to define that little, it's like a circle on the armor. And it's quite thin, but again, keep it gentle, accurate, don't rush. Doesn't have, you can always make it darker. That's my one of my rules. Sort of ornament here, but it's very subtle and just shows more into the reflection. This part is completely black, so I can just more of the solving liquid. And here we also have quite dark, so in this section, it's quite literal black. I love fun black. That's one of the most satisfying things, guys. Like really. Anyway, here it's also dark, but there we have some extra. We're gonna have some lighter, like here. Now I'm gonna start. I'm gonna mix complete this one from black, so it's not reading the slightly. I'm just gonna take this kind of gray. More mixing liquid, the dissolving liquid, because we want it to be more watery and smooth. Okay, I shaded it down, and then like there is another sort of line here like this, and here a little bit too, and it has to go a little bit lighter. I'm gonna define that line right now. Just take a little bit more white again. And again, just take it, let's see what is the lightest spot. And when you want to make that line more, how to call it, accurate, you do it not through white. I'm gonna go back to black at some point. I'm just gonna make the line on the border between the neck and the armor, and that's how it's gonna become more like sharp transition. Here we have a little bit of a little curve, like nice curve like this, and again back to more black. So when you do metal texture, it has to be there. There are moments you have transitions, but then you have, again, it gets darker again and again. Here we actually need to tame it down again. And we just have a slight gray, but not too much of it. Keep it that way for now. This one again, another line we have here that's goes above the circle, like that circle here. And we take black again. And create a nice. To make it more defined, I also can use the thinner brush a little bit later, so it doesn't have to be straight away. Yeah, nice smooth transition. Then we have like a black right here, and then we have a little bit lighter right there, like just a little bit more like a gray light, not white light. Okay. Okay, what I'm gonna do now, take another napkin, get closer to this important part here and take this off. This. Sorry for being a little bit silent, but now it's a little bit of detail work. So yeah, here we need to be precise. We have this one. Smoothing out the lines here. Okay. And this one is a little bit light. And then we have very interesting, like whenever we have a couple, actually, let me try to like something like this. Literally couple. Highlights from the armor. Okay. Well, I think the blueprint is almost ready. highlight utilization, and pretty much I will just leave that way. Like I'm not gonna bother too much on this part. I'm just gonna look at make it look acceptable. I mean, when I say not bother, because there that part is not really botherable. It's not a rocket surgery. It's just about making it look like it's a little bit mixed up. So here, let's start from this part. It's a little bit, like, I would say this is the most difficult part. Not that at all. Another same line. So now I'm making it, it becomes more detailized and more defined. Okay. Missed a little bit, but it's okay. Just fix it with the black again. Okay. And then here, we just take whites like this. Here we're gonna do it's like a little ornament thing almost. And then we can take also darker and do the same. Here we need to make it a good transition so it looks like that. So now we take white. I might add when it dries up, I might do it again. But for now, this has to be more chilled. So right here, deeper definition here as well. Almost done pretty much. And the good thing is, I can always come back to it. It doesn't have to be, oh, I have to finish it now. I'm not that obsessed. Okay. I'm gonna go back to the chat in a bit, guys. Okay. So here we have a couple lighter areas in the front. Here. It's gonna be easier to do it when it's a little bit more dry. Okay, so there's no point to really go too hard on it. Okay. As I said, that's one of the things you don't need to understand exactly what it is. It's like all I know it's the armor, some pieces of armor, and I just want to make you look at it's a sort of metal thing, but it doesn't have to be crazy perfect. Okay, let me see it from the. I'm gonna go back to chat in a second, but I'll see it from the side. Well, okay, it's okay. I need to shade down the one line there. That's a little bit like weirdly prominent. Other than that, it's actually quite well. Okay, so this is still a little bit too bright. I need more depths and more blacks here. Now I'm taking again with the black. Yes. Yes. Down. And okay. Well, let's leave it. Okay. One more thing before I get back to chat, and we're pretty much gonna pause the painting for today. Is I'm gonna take black paint, and just to define that main line. So it's like a prominent translation between the neck and the armor. Okay, it's quite important here. So I'm just gonna draw that black line. This is the darkest part. It has to border very well with that lighter armor. Ideally, you need to try to make a very straight line so it doesn't look doodled. Okay. Okay. Well, that's it. I'll go back to the chat. Give me a second. Just give me a second. Let me make the chat from the other phone as well. Uh, okay, now I can see the chat. Oh, 8 folks on Kick. Well, I appreciate you guys. At least there was a little bit engagement on Kick, so it's a little bit of progress. I think I just need to keep coming back consistently. Regarding YouTube, let me just look through the chat. Thank you. Okay. On here, guys. Peter Yan. Okay, Peter Yan will not be an easy task such as this painting. Of course not. I love your shorts. They look funky. Thank you. But okay, guys. Well, it was good. we did some progress. So this part is basically done. Sometimes, like in the end, I might come back to it just to make sure that, like, the last details are put on. But other than that, it's just like this part is done. So now we're gonna work the hair, this side of the background, the helmet, the sword. The sword needs to be a little bit more detailized, and of course, I'll come back to the eyelashes. I'm not gonna try to do it now on the rush. Okay, so do it the other day, next day. And this part is gonna be the last one, putting all the details, all the ornaments, and yeah, well, stay around for the next live stream and painting. It's been a blast. Thank you for super chat donations, guys, and all the support you gave me. It really means the world to me. And those eyes, I love eyes. Eyes tell stories. So I'm definitely one of those artists that is obsessed with eyes. Gladiator. Yes, it can be a gladiator. It's definitely a sword and the warrior behind it. But I leave it up to your imaginations what it exactly is, a male or female. I'm not gonna define that for you. I'm staying for a while longer just to respond for more questions, but also letting you know, guys, my phone is dying on the one that I'm streaming, where I'm streaming YouTube. So yeah, just letting you that know, guys. And Kick Folks was six consistent viewers. That's not bad for Kick. It's better than it was before. So thank you, guys, and I hope more and more people engage on Kick as well. It's a female. Well, that's correct. The reference is female, and I wanted it to be a female too. But if someone sees it as a male, doesn't it? It doesn't have to be female for them. Shield Maiden. Yeah, that's a very accurate take. Shield Maiden is like very close to what it's supposed to be originally. How do you keep consistency? Well, one of the things that help is actually you guys. Hello. Oh, I gotta have to disconnect. Thank you.
It's going real well.
It's going really well. Okay. Yeah, Chris says that everything's going really, really well. Okay, guys. Well, I don't know. It might sound a little bit off now, but gotta charge my phone a little bit. I'll put it closer so you can hear me better. Yeah. Well, let me know if you can hear me now. Well, now. I'll put the microphone in. Look at my hands. It's a good idea to get good medical gloves, but yeah, I like to keep them keep my hands dirty. Okay, so well, I can stay a long. Actually, yeah, I'm pretty much done with it today, so I can just stay around and respond to the questions, guys. I'm just wondering how it looks now. Yeah, looks okay. Where is the tattooed teeth? Well, I don't know about teeth. My tattooed arm is on the other side right now. Are you a natural redhead? No, I'm not. Not gonna lie. Some of the ink is cancerogenic. Well, I'm still alive, so I got my tattoos with a trusted artist. It says I'm banned. My messages are blurred. I don't know. I can see your message clearly right now. Not sure what paint you use. I'm using oil paint. Actually, let's just take this. Okay. Get closer so you can see me properly. Okay, yeah, that's all right. What are you doing? I was painting all this time. This is basically oil paints. I think I responded to that. Brunette, not exactly brunette. I don't have as dark hair, but I'm not. Well, according to my husband, who used to be a blonde, like a Norwegian platinum blonde, I'm neither blonde, but I have a very specific Slavic. Um, it's like a very common hair color in the for Slavic women. It's like unless they're blonde, they have that ash brown or ash light type of color. My color is very adaptable. It can absorb any paint. Like for example, this hair, brown hair or brunettes need to bleach their hair to make it as like ginger as I have. For me, I just apply the paint, the dye, and that's it. And the northern, the Valkyrie had tattoo teeth. Ah, okay, that's what you mean. Interesting. I didn't remember that part of the Nordic tales. Try to put the camera on the project. Well, let's try to keep it up. Oh, Sean, I like the line work of the illustration. I've been watching people create. I must start back my hobby again. Well, Shogun. Well, hello in the cake. I'm live streaming on both YouTube and Cake, two different phones. So excuse me if I didn't see directly. No, it's great. I mean, you gotta start it if you feel like, especially I had a periods, guys. I'm telling you both to YouTube and Cake, guys. I had periods when I wouldn't do it for very long, like year. Then and then I would do maybe something, but not as like this piece has been. I think last time I drew Mirab Balashvili with charcoal. That wasn't even paint. And that was like a year ago or something, right? So that's also a comeback for me, and more and more I realize that's like just create, So yeah, just keep doing that art. Your voice sounds Scarlett Johansson. Been told that, trust me. No, you're cold. You're not banned. I like doing dioramas. Oh, that's cool. Um, yeah, I don't think I ever done diorama, but it's quite awesome. Denmark or Norway. My husband is Norwegian. The painting, I don't know, up to your imagination. Hello there. What's the inspiration? I have a reference in my phone. Hold up, let me pop it up again. I like to use some pictures and stuff like as the reference. Sorry, just let me put it back. So here, it very well because it reflects, but yeah, that's basically the reference. And but that's just the reference. I'm not copy pasting it. So I'm doing my own styles and features are changed and all. Oh my
You want
god!
coffee too?
Oh my
You
god!
want coffee?
Well, I already drank coffee, so I think maybe I'm gonna. I have water, so thank you, baby.
Okay, with apple cake.
Uh, Chris, can you just wave at them at least? Just hand, just show your hand. Yes. Chris brought me an apple pie, and I love apple pies.
Okay, like
Thank you. I, I love apple pies. Uh, it's a good day, guys. Very good day. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. I have a apple pie and spoon, so I'm gonna look at the chat and I'll eat my apple pie. Yeah. Let me just put it properly here, like this. Apple pie. Is there what is it, guys? A question to you, both on YouTube and Kick. Do you see a lot of people just live streaming how they eat, like just live streaming their eating? Yeah, thanks. Yeah, thanks. Thank you for that. Yeah, remember to drink some water too. Best if I can. Cool. I like it. God bless you. God bless you too as well, all of you. Okay, so let's try this apple pie. The best apple pie I ever had was actually in Saigon, in the Irish Irish pub called the Rabbit Hole. It was the best one, but this one is good too. I like apple pies, like a grandma style apple pies with that on the top and very soft apples. Mm. And I'm quite a sweet tooth, so when I have a very like my favorite dessert, I just start having like I just dance. It's called my dessert dance. Mm. It's good. That's what I needed. As I said, I can paint for hours and hours and completely go into state float, zone out. But when I snap out of it, I'm like, oh, I haven't drank water, I haven't eaten anything in those hours. So, yeah, that definitely, this apple pie feels like a reward now. Mm, apple pie and Coca Cola. Mm, I would still go for coffee, but I already drank one, and if I take another one, I'm gonna get heart palpitations. So I'm just gonna stick with the water and just an apple pie. Have a good paint. Thank you. Mm. Do you have Instagram? One second, let me chew. My grandma taught me to eat with a closed mouth, so don't talk when you have a full mouth. So my Instagram ID is basically in my YouTube bio description. You can check it out. I also become red and pink when it's extremely hot and cold. I can relate to that. I was quite ashamed of it when I was a child, and when you're a kid, you are even more like pinkish. I would get crazy readiness and crazy pink chicks, and I hated it. Well, now I don't really care. Mm, it's an apple pie, my favorite. I'm grandma's rule. Don't talk when you when your mouth is full of pie. I'm from Georgia. Georgia, Tbilisi. From same countries, Mirav Balashvili, Tapuria brothers, and many other prominent Georgians. You write down the ones you know. It's a small country, but there are quite some famous people out there. My skin is extremely sensitive to sun exposure. I think I'm not that bad. At least at this point in my life, I'm. Um, it's enough for me to get a little bit sunlight exposure, and I don't spend too much time on the sun, like take trying to get a tan or anything like that. However, now just walking here and there and just chilling, it's not a problem anymore. Okay, guys. So yeah, it's completely fine. My hair color is amazing. Thanks to oh well, Chanel, one of my best friends here in the trunk. She's from South Africa. She's back in South Africa for next month, and she's gonna come back, and I will have to visit her. Yeah, I love her. Thanks to her, my hair is looking good. Well, I already said I'm from Georgia, or how we Georgians say, Sakartvelo. From Sakartvelo. I was hoping you said Ireland. Yeah, I've been told that many times that like people think I'm from Ireland. I don't know how exactly how Irish accent talks. All I think is uh, they talk no, okay, that was a bad attempt. Sorry, I can't do Slavic accent. Irish, unless I talk to Irish and I start mimicking them because I hear the way that they talk, I can't do it. I can do Russian accent, like I can talk like this if I try, but it just bleeds my ears. And what accents I can do? I can do a little bit Indian accent. Indian English is the hardest English to understand. I think I'm getting high on sugar, guys. You look Irish. Yeah, I don't sound Irish. I can tell you how generic British accent sounds to me, more like an English accent, I would say. Like, I had this client uh, when used to work in studio, and that's the that's the period when I just learned English. I did a crash course in 2020 at home in the pandemic in a curfew. Just learned it 7 6 7 hours a day. So I really improved my vocabulary, but my English still wasn't. You know, I didn't know a lot of native phrases and like that. That what it makes it fluent. So I would tell her I wanted her to uh, spread her toes, and I'm telling her, Camlin, or no, Susan, please spread your leg fingers, because in Russian and Georgian we have leg fingers. We don't have a separate word for it. And she looks at me. She looks at me and she says, Diana, those are not leg fingers. Those are toes. Those are toes, Diana. I'm sorry, but I have to uh, make it right for you. And I was like, oh yeah, that's okay. You can fix me. No, no, Diana, no. You can correct me. It's correct me. That's how British sound to me. Okay. Uh, are you painting Clark Griffin? I don't know who's that, but if you want to, if it's what it looks like for you, yes, absolutely. Potatoes in an Irish accent is the one. What was the joke about the potatoes in Irish? They rather wait until they cannot choose between eat them raw or ferment them. Planning to visit Georgia? Well, Georgia is a good country to visit. A small country, you can cycle the country within a couple of weeks. You can pretty much see all the major areas. I was in convert school and I watched Hollywood movies and songs. That's how I learned English. Oh, good for you. I'm not really a big time movie. Like, I don't really watch movies by myself. Never did. I started watching things because of my husband, because we do that together. And well, basically, like when I decided to commit myself to English, do that crash course, advanced vocabulary. That's how I called it. I used fitness and science-based articles for a lot of terminology, and I used traveling vlogs and videos because that I actually could watch 24/7. That would excite me. That would, I would dream about how I travel and speak in English, and I'm basically able to communicate with more people. So that's how it was for me. A lady from the show called The Hundreds. I don't know that one. Do you events as in the music? You mean well, I host karaoke, and unfortunately, lately the records of the live stream. So after the ends up to be a record. Sometimes even during live stream, the sound is not good exactly, and we try to figure that out. But I'm looking forward to do more of the, maybe I just do live, um, not a cappella, but like no mic practice with some music playing and practicing and singing different songs live and do that kind of stuff. Because I'm singing too, and I've been practicing quite a lot. Singing is something, it's the latest thing I've been introduced to. I was already 20 when my voice started changing a little bit, and I gained that interest in that. But I didn't have a range. I had very, like, I didn't know. I wasn't trained, and I did a little bit of vocal training, and my range just grew. And then I kept singing here and there, and non-professionally, of course. Then I trained a little bit more with another very good friend of mine and good vocal teacher. And then in Vietnam, I got offered to do karaoke because they liked how I sing. And then I got invited to perform in the casino once a week. And I was like, well, why not? And let me tell you, this is when I really, really improved dramatically. I'm still not perfect. I think comparing, if you take art, painting, and if you take boxing and singing, I think singing is like my capabilities in singing is like a third level. It's like a third. You know what I mean? I still practice, still train vocal control, but I have quite raspy voice, especially on high notes. Perfect for the rock vocals, and I love rock music. That's my favorite generally, and some of the jazz, blues, country. I love those genres. Yeah, like let me know in the comments, guys, if there's something you would be interested to see. Like now, I'm doing painting live streams, and you can see the process of the creation of the art. What do you think about me singing and trying some songs? Because I could also learn more songs by obviously using another phone with the karaoke lyrics, but you could suggest some things, I can listen to it and try to sing it. You know what I mean? From Chicago, hi. If I was watching a movie with her, I wouldn't be able to focus on it either. That's awesome. I like the painting. Thank you. Okay, I'm still not done with my apple pie. Okay, you look like a gladiator woman in the painting. Maybe because it's just my painting. Maybe a little bit. It's definitely not the auto portrait. I didn't intend it to make it look like me, but maybe just a little bit. I'm producing music for the fashion shows and the painting shows too, if you're interested. Well, interesting. Pro, regarding that kind of stuff, try to email us. I have a contact email in YouTube description, or LinkedIn is also working. LinkedIn is more of a working platform, so any type of working offered collaborations, I accept there too. Don't try to do that on Instagram though. Instagram, when a lot of people message you, kind of gotta keep it safe and personal space, and you can't respond to everyone. So Instagram is not the place I respond to too often, or sometimes I don't respond at all. Are you into fitness? Well, I've been in fitness. I'm a trainer. I work online. I have a long-term clients that I'm working with. But before I've been into boxing, and then I became coach, fitness coach, and physical preparation. But then I learned a lot. Like I'm talking about 8 years of fitness generally now. And in those 8 years, I got introduced to trauma prevention and pain relief, different disciplines, different styles of training here and there. Oh, kept going on in boxing, just low key for myself, but I actually trained some other people, just the amateurs, just the beginners, to do some boxing. I've been doing that too, holding pads, but mostly focusing on online training, especially in the last years. And oh, alarm. Um, anyways, yeah, shortly saying that's what it has been. So I'm not into commercial fitness anymore. You know what? Like just to bodybuilding and fitness competitions. That's not my thing. But fitness in the sense of physical preparation, conditioning, trauma prevention, both working with people who just want to be healthy and happy, and when it comes to athletic performance and especially testing those things on me. So yeah, I am into fitness. To wrap it up, are you eating your painting? I'm having a break. My husband brought me an apple pie because he knows I love that one. He made me because I was doing a good live stream and like brought me some reward. Mm. So just I'm pretty much done for today. Have to let me move it like this. I think you will see it better now. I read your comments too. But guys, when you just say my name and or just compliment me or just say something, if you ask the question, I will respond. You know, that's better. If you want me to engage with you, it's kind of simple. You gotta ask me, try to ask me a question. Oh, hmm. For those who don't know, I'm married. Just saying. He's so kind. Oh yeah, he's lovely. When you also kind to each other and you stick around and both good and hard times, just love each other more, cherish each other more. That's kind of how it should work. Sorry, Grandma. How did I meet my husband? In Georgia. He's been a big time traveler and was based in Bulgaria before. But he's originally from Norway, but also went. He was a skydiver and base jumper. More importantly, like the squirrel suit and the guys jumping from the mountains and doing crazy stuff. He was one of those, like extreme ones. And he would cycle around the world in United States and in Europe to jump from the mountains, but also work as a skydiving instructor and that kind of stuff for 10 years. I'm talking about like at least 5 6 years ago, and before that, prior that, it was like 10 years. And we met. He had a crush. He had to survive coma and encapsulated cancer, GIST tumor, and get operated after he woke up from the coma. That was because of he had a crush. His lungs got damaged. He aspirated. They had to put him in artificial coma. During that period, they found out he has the 2.5 kilograms cancer here and there. Anyways, that the surgery and all that kind of stuff happened in Bulgaria when he used to be based. So once he started recovering and gaining his weight back, yeah, he decided to move to completely new country to completely reset. And that was the choice went on the Georgia, and I at that time I just lived. I was just a regular Georgian girl, just like nothing special, doing my stuff, and this is where we met. And since we very soon we just became inseparable, and it's been now 3 years, more than 3 years now. Okay. Uh, okay, my husband says actually take a little about what's done in the picture and what's left. Okay, I will say that. I'll just go through the chat quickly. How do you keep healthy looking? Trust me, I train, I sleep well, I eat well, I look at after my nutrition, and I have a healthy relationship. And I do things that I love. That's basically. And I'm not rich, at least at this point. Doesn't really take that much of like unbelievable finances. finances. Norway, yeah, he's from Norway. Love from Australia. Hi, love from sending love back from Vietnam. I live in Sweden. Oh, hi, Reese. Cool. Well, cousin, or if you're not Swedish, doesn't matter. It's Sweden is like a cousin to Norway. I'm painting by my music. I produce the original tracks, not copyright. You know that I mean in the mix. It takes you to the painting feelings, understand. Yeah, I kind of understand. You kind of make a almost like a soundtrack to a piece. That's quite cool. It looks amazing. Is that? Wow, he sounds cool. Do you live in Scandinavia? No, we are in Vietnam, Nha Trang. We live in Vietnam, one of the most affordable countries in the world. That's one of the reasons I can do this. Just saying, guys. We all was all this before or after meeting you? Oh, it was before. We met when he was still on the chemotherapy, but it was again it was encapsulated cancer, which is different from. It's good because since it was operated while it was encapsulated, it never spread around. So it was different. Went well. Norwegians have access to certain quite advanced medicine, but yeah, when we met, he was he had a lot of extra weight around the like, so he wasn't at his best shape. But because after he for the surgery to be able to be operated, he had to rapidly gain dirty weight, and that kind of stuff. And we met. We both kind of met at the bottom. Like I was not at the perfect period of my life, and he was not either. He just survived the hardest thing that like a lot of people don't, and he was just climbing up. We learned a lot about nutrition, about neurochemistry, about muscle training. I mean, he always trained before and always been athletic, but this time, like rebuilding strengths and hypertrophy. And when we met, we kind of started doing that together. You know what I mean? Like with his guidance, I stopped being vegetarian. I learned how to do pull ups, like strict, and my upper body strength increased drastically. And now I'm back into boxing, and I'm doing so much better, and that's one of the reasons I'm looking forward to get back to the boxing. And then, yeah, he's also training boxing with me now, so he's getting very good, very fast at it. So yeah, basically, that's how we are living our lives together. I will shift to Vietnam too after earning my first half million. I'm telling you, you don't need half million for Vietnam. I really don't, but yeah, I wish you the best in your goals, guys. No, it's actually the wind calmed down a little bit. Nice painting, thank you. It's nice there. It's very nice and very warm all year long. It gets a little bit hotter in the summer. It also depends northern, central, or southern Vietnam. This is considered to be southern, like South Vietnam. It's a little bit warmer. And in the summer it gets a little bit hotter. But I like Nha Trang. That Nha Trang has some mountains. Because of that, there's always a little wind. It's nice with the combination of the high temperature. Okay, I'm gonna talk a little bit. We said say things about painting, so I'm gonna do that. Just gonna read one more comment. We're from Georgia, Tbilisi, originally born and raised. I know my uncle have a yoga training center there in Vietnam. Oh, that's cool. Well, that's cool. It's easier when you have someone in the country, right? Well, Kick Folks, it got bad a little bit, but we having a little progress too. Today was more engagement. Some people came in, so I appreciate that. Anyways, painting. I'll show you the lining. Like this part, pretty much done, except I need to add some eyelashes here. Okay, but pretty much it's done. It's detailized. It looks good. Maybe something's added in the end, but it already can be left the way it is. That's the point. Next, I did the neck and armor and just darkened, created the more depth here on the background. You can see in the video too. And so yeah, we shall see. I might start from this part and do the sword first, and you see all of a sudden there's going to be just this little section left that takes a big attention. This is easy. Sword is details, but I want to line it up better so it doesn't look doodly. Like doodles and stuff. So it's not bad on the picture, but it's not that. The better I define that straight line, the better the effect is going to be. There are a lot of there are a lot of gaps. So because it's a first layer, right? So I'm gonna cover it with another layer. Definition on the hair. Add some blacks here as well. This side has to be darker too, because now it feels like it's neither here or there. The face is too like this needs to get darker, so it feels that the light comes from the back. And well, weird enough, usually this would be darker, this would be lighter. I'm just saying general about texture because the light comes from behind, we need to make it darker so there is a good contrast. Well, other than that, here a lot of ornaments. They're actually going to be ornaments, and that's going to be the most utilized part. And I left these are gaps that there's no paint at all because I just gonna do the lining, and I didn't want it to be completely black. It's just easier to keep it. Sometimes you just keep it untouched completely. Here, again, also gonna smooth out the texture a little bit. And it's actually not that much of the work left. The face usually takes the most, unless you have some very detailized texture, and this part might take some time. But other than that, usually the face, the body takes the most attention. Okay. How long did you take? I think it's already. I gotta look at my live streams and I'll add up a little bit before like the first layer that I did because it's approximately uh, should be at least 10 hours, maybe more. At least like 11, 12, maybe already. Or maybe less. Sorry, Grandma. Why am I looking up? My grandma is alive. We don't have kids at this point, but we're planning to have in the next few years. We just want to be as cool as possible. To do some Roblox at first. Not even wanting, we both agree that we're at the stage of building up things. And when we have kids, they're gonna have the coolest parents. That's our goal in life. Still young. Yes, I know. And thanks God, I have the long. Um, how to say that? In my family, on the women's side, the fertility is crazy in the age wise. So my mom she gave a birth to my youngest sister when she was 40 years old, naturally without pain. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to do it that way exactly, but yeah, completely healthy kid, no problem. So I'm not saying that's how late we're planning to do. Not of course not, but I'm just saying that yeah, she had. We have good genetics when it comes to that, and that matters. She's my teacher, and I'm her student. Cool. She explained her process and slowly finishing the painting. Right now, at the end of so she's having dessert for breakfast. Yay! Because my husband is amazing and he brings me sweets. Mm, yeah. Good. I have yeah, my grandma. The reason why keep mentioning my grandma is she would always teach me, don't talk when you have your mouth full of food. So whenever I start talking with it, it's like, Grandma, forgive me. 40 and or more. Well, definitely not to have planning to have a first one that late, but I'm just saying she third kid. I have a middle sister too, so third child, 40 years old, no problems, no complications. Like I was so worried about her, and it's like, oh, how are you? And she's like, oh, that was easy. Like, like how in the hell is it easy? Did you have any painkillers? She's like, no, it just went well. I was like crazy. Um, okay, guys. Well, keep you have an opportunity to ask me more questions. I had some um, fuel in my body with the apple pie now, so I feel a little bit more energized because I realized how hungry I was. It's already, let me tell you, how what time is it? It's 15:16, so it's basically 15 to 4, right? So it's, yeah, it's been quite, I've been now live, how long? Like 3 hours, at least almost 3 hours. That's cool, and it's great to chat with you. Thank you, Reese, and all of you guys. It's no, it's fun, and I'm glad that channel is also getting back on track. And well, on Cake we had some activity, and that's great. Um, I think it's a lot of community based there. In YouTube, it's way easier. People just algorithm just pushes you, and you just get exposed there, and it depends on the retention, the view retention and stuff. But it's definitely better. My channel got hijacked not long ago, and we recovered it also after a week of not having an access to. So working with YouTube hijacking team and Google on the top of it, it was quite stressful. But then in the beginning there's like a cool down period, and we were a little bit like not frustrated, but okay, here we go. Today it's been very encouraging because more and more people hopped in, and that's amazing. That's glad to see more people in the chat. Do you take a protein supplement after workout? Well, not necessarily. We just try to keep most of the proteins through. I'm not very big in size, so my if we even take 2 grams per my body weight kilogram of my body, it's around 100 to 110 grams of protein, and I easily take it if I eat enough of the chicken breast and eggs. That's my favorite protein source. Uh, every now that we have whey proteins powders in the here and there, and we used to make pancakes and different desserts and everything with that protein, like tortillas. We even made protein pasta, literally mixed protein with the flour and made it like a high protein pasta, which was cool. Um, so yeah, basically we do that in periods, but mostly we take our protein through unprocessed animal source, and obviously whatever comes in the plant based as well on top. Send my love to your man, Chris. Sending love to you. People love you, baby. Nice painting in the back. Yeah, I did quite a work today, so worked on this part today. And you might not see that way, but to me now it's sections. Tomorrow I'm gonna try to do this part, and all of a sudden most of the painting is done, and there's gonna be this part, and I'll probably start from here and then finish with the front of the helmet. Listen, people, those supplements sometimes don't really work. Well, I mean, don't really like there are brands that are just being like, for example, creatine, right? Monohydrate, and especially from the trusted brand or like big brands that have been around forever. It's the most studied supplement, and it proved only positive impact not only on muscle growth It also showed that the certain proportions, like if you take a little bit more, it helps the cognitive abilities, that kind of stuff. And it's been studied, randomized controlled studies, probably, yeah, the most studied supplement, shortly saying. Um, how and it has the negative side for people who has some issues with kidneys, or they have high creatinine, not creatine, creatinine in their body. There obviously there are some minorities that might not work exactly. But generally, for most of people, that supplement is good, right? But there are also some sort of supplement. If someone tries to sell you, and a lot of people do that. They said classic creatine doesn't work. This is this new creatine. Bullshit. Okay. There are there's controlled studies of certain things, and that's what is the most legit proof that a human can get, right? Same with the whey protein, and you have supplements like micronutrients and vitamins and minerals. They are essentials. And with the modern foods, unfortunately, so in some parts, in some farms, soil is not that rich and full of pesticides. Some of the farms are full of hormones. So it's like it's hard to, like, you might, it's easier to get macros like protein, carbohydrates, and fats. It's easier to consume because those are macronutrients. The foods are literally like built from those and different components of it. Uh, but micronutrients is something that is very important, right? So supplementing yourself with, again, quality source, quality brand of the general multivitamin, omega-3 fatty acid, or whether you have depletion, like magnesium is a very depleting mineral, uh, vitamin D, depending where you're from, if it's a cold climate and that kind of stuff. Take those. And there are also other type of supplements. They're more specific, but made of some superfoods like ashwagandha, and have you some like a root mix and some berry antioxidant mix. And again, research, see if that brand is trusted, credited. People, I understand, look, a lot of people look at it skeptically, but truth is, the more you age, you need to fuel your body with all of it, one way or another. You can probably like organize very organic life, like reach in your soil, grow your own food, have a little farm, everything, that kind of, which is probably the most unrealistic way for most people. Or you can research good quality supplements and just add it into your diet. However, it's supplement is not a main food. It's called supplement because it comes on the top. Obviously, in the first place, you try to get as clean, as unprocessed, as good quality, both animal and plant-based food sources as possible. That's as simple as that. Come to Indiana, we don't have any mountains, and the weather is cold. You might like it as pretty white too. I don't mind cold, but I'll be honest, it's perfect here right now. Okay, Chris also says protein powder is valid, but look at the like supplement if you're aiming for 550 grams of protein a day, 25 grams from powder makes it easier. Yeah, that makes sense. And can be easily made right after training for last absorption. Yeah, basically, that's why, especially bigger guys who need more more protein, and it's just impossible to eat that much of protein. It's easy way to just get a couple shakes and get 25 to sometimes 50 grams of protein, just easily absorbing, for easy absorption in your body. Natural creatine is the best, which we get from eating meats. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. The main, still focusing on cleaning up your diet as much as possible, but then having an extra supplement. Creatine monohydrate is the most studied supplement. Like, I think it's many decades already around, and you can research it yourself. Yeah, just drink a beer. It's got all the good stuff. Don't overdrink it though. Zinc and phosphorus for men. Yeah, Those are I missed to. I didn't mention those. Thank you for mentioning. Ashwagandha is very good. I have taken it, and mornings too. Yeah, well, for me, it was very calming effect. Very, very calming in a good way. Not like sleepy or dizzy, but like very neutral, like neutral, positive effect. What are you wearing? I'm wearing painkillers, something that I potentially wouldn't be very frustrated to ruin, because those are still oil paints. As much as I'm somehow managing to keep it clean, still, it's don't wear something that you will regret to ruin. Omega 3 is for brain health. Yeah, we can also collagen and glucosamine. That's also one of the things we take. That is good for joints. Joints is one of the most depleting body parts, so it makes sense to supplement. And also one of the reasons is because the blood flow is harder in the ligament, tendon, uh, tissue areas. Um, so within the muscles, it's way easier the circulation. So some of the stuff it takes longer time and takes more to get there. So obviously you gotta be careful with the joints just by moving correctly and technique and all that kind of stuff. But collagen and there's some usually combined with elastin and glucosamine. Those are good supplements for the joint health. I'm not a true redhead. I'm a day walker or imposter, whatever it's. Where did you learn to speak English? 2020 pandemic, didn't have to do, like, there was nothing to do. All I made wise decision in my life, learn goddamn English, sat down for 6 7 hours a day for 3 months, did like a crash course of advanced vocabulary with my own Frankenstein method. And then I got the offer to work in the studio where most of the clients were foreigners, and this is where I started getting more and more practice. Fun fact. And then I met my husband, and well, now for 3 years, 3 years it has been full time English. And fun fact, I have a couple friends from years ago, foreigner. Actually, both of them are British, and one of them is like a like a like you UK Army, very sarcastic, good sense of humor friend, and like we we would become friends before I actually could speak proper English. I like it was I don't know how he was communicating with me, and once I asked him, it's actually how is it like how did we even talk? And he said, well, I'll give you credit. You went from Borat English to Michelle Obama English. So I was like, okay, that's a that's a funny but realistic way to put it. You're the real art. The artist itself, himself or herself, is also an art. That's true. You look really cool, Eric Carton. And my husband says protein powder has it use, but good clean food animal sources will always be the best. Yeah, absolutely. But again, it doesn't mean that plant based. The reason why you want to eat different foods and make it as diverse as possible, because plants might not have. Beans are quite high in protein. The bioavailability of protein is not as good as protein based. However, there's some other nutrients. There are a lot of micro and micronutrients like vitamins and minerals in the plant based food. So, and it kind of adds up a little bit of protein on the top too, right? At least that 50%. So that's how you look at it. You're not trying to make a beans your primarily protein source. It's very difficult to do that, because of that bioavailability. But that food, those foods, lentils and the ones that are high in protein, and not only inside, they might not be high in protein, but they might be high in fiber. And as I said, micronutrients and vitamins and minerals from the soil, especially the minerals. Minerals come from the soil. So you see, you just try to be smart about it. Okay, get back to, yeah, as Chris just said, the non kick. Then get back to the nice to have an artistic outlet. Yes, I think I'm lost. Can you give me directions to your heart? Or you can stay around. We're a good crowd. What are you doing now? Just chilling and talking to you guys. You speak very good English. Thank you. Does your husband speak English? Well, that's his second language, but since he was 3 years old, Norwegians speak very good English in general, and because he was raised and traveled all around and lived some time in U.S. and worked there as well, like he has quite generic American English. A lot of people mistake him, think that he's American. You like soccer? Oh, you love soccer? I mean, I'm not necessarily a fan. I know Khvicha Kvaratskhelia, Messi, Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, um, and some others just doesn't come to my mind. I'm not a fan, but when the games are playing, and especially if Georgia is playing or my friends watching, I don't mind watching full football. I like watching sports general because I like watching the strategy, the movement, angles, the specific patterns for every sport. But I'm definitely not a fan. Neither a hater. Is he really tall? Well, comparing to me, he's really tall, and generally, yeah, he's tall. He's six. Uh, Baby, are you 6'2" or 6'3"? I don't remember. 6'2", I think. You're so okay. I can't help myself. You're so cool. If you guys know the South Park, it's like cool. Yeah, 6'2". Okay, so 187/188 centimeters approximately. Okay, that's nice. Um, well, guys, I think I'm gonna start wrapping it up. I'm enjoying conversation, but I think my jaws are starting to hurt a little bit because I talk a lot in a live stream, and I'm pretty that much down with this. Again, next time a live stream, we're gonna work on this side, okay? And we're gonna start getting very beautiful. We're gonna get together, okay? And yeah, the last part. So it's basically 2 or 3 days work. I think. I mean, not entire days, but couple or 3 hours. I'm dedicating it to it. Like each day, it just takes 2 3 days total, and I think it's gonna be good. Then we're gonna see where it's gonna be available for sale and the prints, and we're setting up online shop, and very cool, interesting stuff is coming up now, guys. Take care and keep safe. Reese, thank you very much. Appreciate it, and same for you as well. All of you guys, take care. It's been wonderful. Thank you very much. I'm very encouraged, motivated to get back, like keep live streaming now. Not only my boxing, but more of the art um, and artistic side of me generally. Yeah, it's really cool. Uh, Kick again today on Kick we had a progress. Some people, folks, just came in, 20 people or something, just said hi, called in each other. So that's great. And it's the average views on Kick being more successful. I want more engagement on Kick, and I'm still figuring out how it's working. I think it's a lot of community based. So the more often you do it, the more people come in. They might call in other people, something like that. So yeah, we'll figure that out. Talent is overlooked but overwhelming. I think I understand exactly what that quote means. I, I say my favorite saying is talent is a vision. I think one way or another you can acquire it. It's just differences sometimes when you might unlock it very early in the childhood when you're still flexible and your mind is flexible. That's all the different story. Then it just comes with you and just develops. But I've seen people unlocking that through the practice and trying and trying and trying, and then finally starting asking right questions. And one day waking up and just understanding or starting to understand how those things work. I've seen, and they also then from that point it becomes exponential. So yeah, the concept of talent, I definitely have my specific view on that. Well, other than that, I don't have to say anything else, guys. It was a blast. Thank you very much. Thank you for all of your support, super chats today. And I see you in the next one. Same on Kick. See you in the next one. Ciao.